All right, what's up everybody? Welcome back. Today we're gonna be putting on new headlights. I'll show you those in a second, along with LEDs all the way around to get rid of these old cracked, foggy headlights and the old halogen bulbs. Let's get to it. Alright, so check these out. These are really fucking foggy. I tried sanding them down and polishing them, but I never put like anything like a clear coat protection over it. But they are cracked, which is why I ended up buying these new ones. I have them in the back, but yeah, these are terrible. The lights aren't bright. So these are the new ones that I ended up getting. Clear, clean, and they have the white side markers instead of the amber ones, like the factory does. So I like this. And then all the LED bulbs are inside here. In the description, I'm gonna put where I bought all of this, websites, how much they cost. So if you guys want to do the same thing, absolutely do it. These headlights that I got came with bulbs already, except for this bottom one. But these bulbs are their halogen bulbs, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, people say they burn out really quick, and when I was reading the reviews on these headlights specifically, people are saying they're very difficult to take out the bulbs. Like the wiring is just too short, and it was like a pain just to get everything out to replace the bulb. So before I install these, let's go ahead and remove these covers. Same thing with this one. Let's see if we can get these out, switch out the bulbs to the LED bulbs that I got inside here, and we'll be all set. So let me open up everything. I can show you exactly what I have first, and then we'll start taking things apart. All right, so here are the LEDs I got. So I got, I'm not sure what order it is, but high beam, low beam, and then fog lights. But they all look pretty much similar. Fairly expensive. Just for the fog lights, high beams and low beams, it was about $450. And I got the brightest ones I could from their website. I forgot the company, but I'll go ahead and post like the website online. Try not to touch the bulbs and whatnot. But yeah, so essentially I need to replace these guys with those. Try to figure out how to hide these wires a little bit, or at least tuck them in. I'm gonna remove the original one right now so we can put them side by side and compare them and take things apart from there. I also got switchback lights for the side markers. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So I have the highs and low, and then this is going to be a switchback light. So factory, this is amber, but I'm going to put one of these in and it's going to show white, but every time I use a flash or have the hazards on, it'll flash amber. And that's what these guys are here for. Please help with that. This, on the other hand, I couldn't find a bulb that was white. There's some out there, and honestly I didn't really try to find one, but I am gonna look for one and eventually just put a white bulb in there. I should just did it all at once, but I have the day off and I want to see if I can get these in now, just because I have a whole bunch of other things I want to do. I have the cowl hood coming soon. I got the lowering kit in, and then yeah, I just need to prep all that before I send it back to the paint shop. But yeah, doing a lot more stuff to the car. Got the Chevelle right here covered up. Like I said, I'm not going to be working on that anytime soon. I'm trying to focus on the Trailblazer as of right now. I'm trying to get it to where I'd enjoy driving it even more on a daily basis. So let's go ahead and take out the old headlight. I'll show you guys how to do that. and we'll compare them. All right, first thing we're gonna do is remove the grill. So we have clips that look like these. Sometimes all of it comes out, sometimes a little bit. This one's broken, but we have several along the edges. You want to get these out first, just because if you try to pull this out, these are pretty firm, and you might break this piece off. I'm not finished with this yet, but I did put the forged carbon bow tie that I skimmed on there. It's not perfect, but yeah, still need to sand it down and then put clear over it, but I'm not going to do that until I finished all the pieces I want. That way I could clear them all at once. That's for a different video. So let me grab some of the tools I need to remove this, like a flathead screwdriver, just so I can get inside here and get a little bit more grip. So let me do that and I'll show you how I'm going to pull it out. All right, well, I fucked up. So I set up the tripod right now to record taking off the grill and talk to my fucking self like a dumbass. The shit wasn't recording. But let me show you guys. I'm not gonna do it all over again because it's a pain in the ass. But the grill's held on by these little clips that go into little slots. Some of the clips come out like this. I don't know if that's supposed to come out like that or come out like this with that clip still in there. Either way, they go in. The hardest ones that you're gonna have issue with is these two, just because you don't want to pull this off because you potentially crack it and break it off right here. What I use is this tool, and this to remove like interior panels and stuff like that, and I wrap it around this cloth so I don't scratch anything, and I get in between this area, and you're gonna have to, you take your time with it and finesse it, that way you don't crack this. Pop off this one and pop off this one. The passenger side for me was very challenging right now. The driver's side came off fairly easy. So what I normally do is I just take off these two top ones on both sides, and then I work my way under on these ones just so I can get a little bit of leverage by pulling onto this. There's one right here in the middle that pops out fairly easy. I usually stick my hand inside and push it out. Same thing with this bottom one, and same on the other side. Except they're all fairly easy to take out except for these two on these sides. This is where you're gonna need, you can use like a flathead screwdriver or anything, just wrap it in cloth so you don't scratch it. And then yeah, it just comes out like this. And there's plenty of other videos online on YouTube that show you how to remove it, but just so you guys can get an idea of where these clips are. You got two right there, two at the top, two on this side, and then the two at the bottom. Like I said, some come out like this without the clip, others have it, and then you have one in the center. To remove the actual headlight assembly, you have two tabs. You have one right here, you pull up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that tab right there. Pull up, and then you have one down there. I don't know if you guys can see it. I like to use like a long screwdriver, flathead. I don't know if it's gonna show up on the camera right there, but I'm currently under it. And I'm just gonna use that to pull it up. Now it's up. And then from there you just pull this forward and wiggle it out. After you release both those tabs, it's fairly easy to just lean forward. Make sure they're all the way up. You want to be careful to not scratch your bumper right here, so I might just grab this cloth really quick and try to slide it underneath just like that. Kind of wedge it in between the bumper and the assembly. Let's go ahead and take it out. Alright, I got it out by pushing, like I said, I pushed down on the bumper a little bit and forced it out just because this little lip goes under the bumper. Same thing on this side. So push the bumper down, pull the bottom out first, then it should be fairly easy. Then we're gonna have three clips. We're gonna have the main harness down there, and then you're gonna have two side marker lights, so the flashers and the side marker one. This one just twists and you're able to pull it out just like that. The bottom just pulls out. Little clip right here, you press down on it, pop it right out. And then this one, I think this one you actually need like a little flathead too. lift this part up so you're able to pull it out. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we'll put them side by side and compare it with the new one. Alright, we got the new headlight and the old headlight. You can see why I wanted to replace this. Just because, like I said, it's foggy, it's hazy. Yeah, I could get that out, but I wouldn't be able to get out the deep cracks and scratches that are all over the place. So yeah, they pretty much look similar. I read online that it wasn't, this replacement one doesn't fit well, and other people say it does. I've seen people install these, or they posted up photos and they look really good. So I'm gonna go with this and work out all the little kinks if I have to. But yeah, looks pretty good. If we flip it over, that's where we're gonna be able to see like the details of how these are actually made up and how similar they are. So we got the accurate plug. We got the covers, obviously. These right here are little vents to help eliminate moisture, if I'm not mistaken. So there's 3 on this one. This guy we only have, we do have 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. Shaped a little bit different. Your adjustment screw, I heard that this wasn't really good, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna try to bring this one over to this guy. And then last but not least is gonna be these lights, how these lights get installed. Obviously this is what people were complaining about the most, that on this replacement unit the lights were a pain to get out. I guess there's not enough wire in the back to fully remove it. So let's give it a shot. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. I'm just gonna leave these the same because obviously I'm not gonna use these no more, but I am gonna have them as spares just in case I ever do need them for whatever reason. So let's try to remove the headlights from here, and let's see if it's actually that difficult from what people are saying. So I see what they're talking about in terms of getting out these bulbs. There is plenty of wire for it to come out. It's just the process of figuring out how to get it out is a pain. I think I need to unplug it, the actual bulb, from the harness in order to remove it. On the factory model, it's easy to unplug, pull out hella quick, and twist in, no problem. This one, yeah, it's gonna be a pain. So I need to remove the connection, and then this guy over here is stuck. I don't even know what they did there. So I can see the frustration in terms of things not fitting the way they should, or factory. I can see why people are getting mad, but it's, with a little bit of work, I should be able to pop these out. I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes or so. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we will try to install the new bulbs. All right, I literally just undid the clip. This guy, it was hard to get in there to pull it out like this, but I moved the fasteners or whatever it's used to grip onto that. I moved them up, and then I just pushed on this until it popped out, and this thing came out no problem. Alright, that was way too fucking complicated to take out one bulb. And it's because where these clip on or hold on, there's little rivets that grip onto them. Also, this hole isn't wide enough like the factory one. Alright, cool. Got these headlights. They are for the HighBeams. The HighBeams are the 905 or 9005 white 45 watt. These were the brightest ones I was able to get off this website. I keep forgetting the name, but like I said, I'll post it in the description. And this is pretty much it. Obviously try not to touch the bulbs themselves. Let's go ahead and toss it in and see if this fits, works, or whatever. Let's go ahead and take it out for now. That went in smooth, perfect. And then I can't just connect these together. I need to connect one of these out the canvas just so they don't mess up. I forgot what exactly it helps prevent, but I think it's like flickering or flashing, stuff like that. So I actually don't know if this is the right one, but yeah, anti-flickering, error-free, whatever it is. So I needed these. So keep in mind, it's gonna be a lot. So I'm gonna have to like zip tie them, hide them somewhere, glue it, not glue it, like double-sided tape or something. So let me find the right ones. We'll pick up from there. And just like that, this light should work properly now. Alrighty, so I was able to get it in. I didn't have to cut it or anything like that, but I just got some like needle nose pliers and just bent it back a little bit, and then I was able to finesse it inside. So it's still there, didn't have to cut it, which is great. Put on canvas over here, got all that, just need to figure out where to tuck in these wires. Now, I did have to move this piece right here for the whatever bottom light it is from the original one, which is this guy. Yep, actually this is the one that was blown out, so it wasn't working. But I do have these switchback lights that I'm going to substitute it with. I just need to figure out how to wire in these resistors, and it should be good to go. Pulls out, hopefully it pulls out. Plop these in, put it in there, and I'll show you guys how to wire up this resistor once I figure that out. All right, plopped it in like that. Should be able to just put this in here and twist it. That is in. Cool. So right now I'm just gonna try to test fit these, figure out how to put these wires in. If I could tuck them in this little cubby area, I'll get some zip ties or some tape and do that, and then figure out how to do that. But first, I just want to make sure this actually fits in with these. All right, threw it on. Seems to fit good. I haven't fully bolted it on, but it fits well. Let's check out the lights. All right, here's the passenger side one that I'm about to get started on. Recording on my phone now just because the GoPro died. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm taking these off. But, yep, gonna get started on this really quick. Throw it on, and then we'll test it, see if it works. I tested out the HighBeam on this one. Look at that. Obviously, I don't have the other one off, but it looks so much cleaner. It does have a little bit of the fans going right when you turn it on. That's not as bright as I thought it was gonna be, but even without the resistor, it flashes at a normal pace, so it's not hyper flashing, but still not as bright as I thought it was gonna be. Now, the HighBeams for this specific side. So if I turn on the HighBeams, turn that off, nothing. I test fitted the original light bulb that came with it, and it powered on. So I know it's not the housing. I know specifically it's gonna be either the way I wired it up, or it's actually a bad bulb. So I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. If the left or the HighBeam does not work on here, then that means I'm most likely doing something wrong. But if it does work, then that bulb is just dead. But we'll figure it out in a second. Let me go ahead and start with this. And obviously the pain in the ass thing to do is take out these fucking bulbs. But I showed you guys how to do it on the other one. So let me go ahead and take care of this, install everything, and let's see if the HighBeam actually works on here. So I just took this side out literally a second ago. And this side, passenger side, was so easy to remove. It wasn't getting stuck or anything. I didn't even have to disconnect this. It just popped right out. So fucking easy. Wish the driver's side was like that, but okay. We're gonna get it done that much faster now. So let me go install the fucking lights. This HighBeam isn't working either. So both HighBeams aren't working. So it's either they're both bad or I wired it up wrong. Either way, I'm gonna troubleshoot that later. But essentially got them all on. Put the Grille back on, and I'm gonna install the fog light LEDs and see how those come out. let's do that in just a moment. But look at these. Foggy, hazy, cracked. And that's why I got other ones. Alright, on second thought, they don't even fit. See how it doesn't line up? So I might have to move these, unmount these, move them slightly, put the grill on, and see how it goes. I knew this looked kind of funny to me at first, just this gap. But yeah, they're not lining up how they're supposed to. So let's see if I could just unlatch them with their little locking levers, tilt it, press those in, and then lock them again and see if that stays. All right, did just that. Unlatched both of them, twisted it, placed on the little clips, and then locked it back down, and it's sitting pretty good. I feel like this is tilted slightly, but it's, no one's really gonna notice. So yeah, that's all you're gonna have to do. All right, we got the fog light bulbs right here. Oh shit. It's pretty straightforward. Got one on that side, one on that side, and you just twist and they drop down. That's all you need to do. Now, the connections are a little bit different for the bulb that I got. It doesn't, they're like by themselves. And I reached out, and the company I bought them from said that that's how they're supposed to come, which is kind of weird, but they showed me a diagram and that's exactly how they're supposed to be. So I essentially just plop them in there by themselves. I don't know why I didn't make a tip to it, but whatever. We're gonna go ahead and do that, and let's see how they work. All right, got them installed, plugged in like this. I am gonna wrap this with electrical tape just to make it water resistant, because as of right now it's not. And then I'm gonna figure out a way to either tape it or use zip ties to tuck it in, so obviously the wires aren't hanging loose, probably like underneath or inside this bumper right here. I'll show you guys what I do. All right, so I got two zip ties. I got a small one just to hold this together a little bit, and then I got a large one wrapped around the loop, essentially, and just put it on this bumper support thing. So yeah, just do something like that. Put it in there. You might hear a little bit of rattle. Play around with it a little bit. I'm gonna cut this off, and the thing's good to go. You won't see it. Alrighty, and this is what it looks like. Got those LEDs, white, and the fog lights are white. Now I need to find white ones for the side, and we should be good to go. Also, still need to figure out why the high beams aren't working. If I turn on the high beams right now, they just power off. Also, did the interior ones. See, high beams powered off, which is weird. What's also weird about the high beams power off, so when I turn on the high beams, the fog lights turn off. I don't think I've ever actually noticed that, but it looks a lot better now.